Someone slips on a wet floor, and your face betrays you. You laugh before you decide to laugh. For one tiny second, their disaster feels like relief. Not because you are evil, because your brain is ancient. And it is always comparing. In 1894, the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche wrote about a strange human pleasure, the pleasure of seeing another person brought lower. The word already existed in German. Schadenfreude. Damaged joy. Joy from harm. It sounds cruel, but it appears almost everywhere. Children show it. Adults hide it. Crowds amplify it. The internet industrialized it. One person fails. Millions watch. And somewhere deep inside the viewer, a quiet calculation begins. Am I safer than them? Am I higher than them? Am I not the one on the floor? In 2002, psychologist Richard Smith argued that envy is one key doorway into Schadenfreude. When someone above us falls, the emotional distance shrinks. Their success was uncomfortable. Their failure restores the scoreboard. That is the part nobody likes admitting. Schadenfreude is often not about pain. It is about rank. Humans are social primates. For millions of years, status shaped survival. Higher status meant better food, better mates, better protection, more allies. Lower status meant danger. Your brain evolved to track this constantly. Not politely, not consciously, constantly. So when someone powerful fails, the brain may read it as information. The mountain moved. The hierarchy changed. The threat became smaller. But why would a stranger's embarrassment feel personal? Because the human brain treats social position like weather. It tells you what you can do next. In 2009, neuroscientist Hidehiko Takahashi and colleagues used brain scans in Japan. They studied envy and Schadenfreude. When participants saw envied people suffer misfortune, reward-related brain areas became active, especially the ventral striatum. That region also responds to money, food, and winning. A rival's fall can feel like a small reward, not morally, neurologically. The brain does not ask if this is noble. It asks what changed, and the answer is simple. Someone else dropped, so maybe you rose. Is that why gossip feels so addictive? Gossip is not just entertainment. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar argued that language may have evolved partly as social grooming. Apes groom with fingers. Humans groom with words. We trade information about who cheated, who lied, who gained power, who lost it. A public failure becomes social data. The group learns the rule. The fallen person becomes the warning sign. Do not brag too loudly. Do not climb too fast. Do not break the code. Comedy understands this perfectly. A banana peel is funny because status collapses instantly. 1 second, a man is walking upright. The next, he is a pile of limbs. The body becomes ridiculous. The dignity disappears, and everyone watching gets a tiny burst of superiority. But Schadenfreude has rules. We laugh more when the fall feels deserved. A bully trips. A fraud is exposed. An arrogant king loses his crown. That laughter feels almost moral. In 1996, social psychologists Colin Leach and Russell Spears studied intergroup Schadenfreude. Groups often enjoy the misfortune of rival groups. Sports fans know this feeling. Your team does not even need to win. Sometimes the rival just needs to lose. The scoreboard becomes emotional medicine. But there is a darker edge. When people are reduced to symbols, their suffering becomes easier to enjoy. A stranger becomes the rich, the enemy, the idiot, the other side. Distance removes the face. Then cruelty can dress itself as justice. So where is the line between comedy and dehumanization? Part of the answer is empathy. Empathy interrupts the ranking machine. If the fallen person suddenly becomes human, the laugh changes. You notice the blood, the fear, the humiliation, the person beneath the symbol. Brain studies suggest this conflict is real. Schadenfreude and empathy can compete. One voice says, they deserved it. Another says, that still hurt. Modern life makes the first voice louder. Platforms reward public failure. A mistake can be clipped, captioned, repeated, turned into a meme. A 2-second accident becomes a permanent identity. The village used to laugh and move on. The internet never leaves the village. It archives the fall. It recommends the fall. It monetizes the fall, and we keep clicking. Not because we plan to be cruel, because the ancient brain saw status movement, because the modern machine learned how to feed it. But Schadenfreude is not always useless. It can signal injustice. When a corrupt leader falls, joy can mean relief. When a cheater is caught, laughter can defend fairness. When the powerful finally face consequences, the crowd exhales. The emotion is primitive, but it is not always wrong. The danger begins when failure itself becomes entertainment, when a human being becomes only a lesson, only a punchline, only proof that we are better, because the scoreboard never stops. Today, someone else falls. Tomorrow, it may be you. And somewhere, another brain will do the same ancient math. Am I safer? Am I higher? Am I not the one on the floor? The cruelest part of Schadenfreude is not that we enjoy pain. It is that we confuse another person's fall with our own rise.